Hello, 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 hello. Y'all remember Lucille Ball? Y'all remember Lucille Ball? One of my favorite songs of all time from Auntie Mame. Fill up the stockings.
We may be rushing things, but deck the halls again now. For we
need a little Christmas right this very minute. Carols in the window, carols by the spinet, and we need a little Christmas right this very minute. It hasn't snowed a single flurry, but Santa dear, we're in a hurry. Hey, climb down that chimney. It's GMO Tuesday. It is GMO Tuesday. Lucille Ball, Auntie Mame bringing us in. It's Christmas time, ladies and gentlemen. It is Christmas time, and I hope you're getting ready to have a happy Christmas, a very Merry Christmas. Thank you. I'm going to put the link in the description. I'll put the link in the description. Excellent song. Of course, that was the scene in Mame, Auntie Mame. That was a scene in July. Kids were bored. Auntie Mame, they're visiting Auntie Mame. The kids are bored. This is when people actually talked to each other and did things. So what did Auntie Mame do? Kids are bored, gave them a little excitement. They set the house up, decorated it for Christmas in July. Need a little Christmas. That's it. Great song, great song. Gotta love it, folks. Hey, we got some good stuff going on today. Good stuff going on today. Some crazy stuff going on for GMO Tuesday, too. Some crazy, crazy stuff. Big kudos out. Ladies and gentlemen, check descriptions. A lot of links, a lot of good information links. And we're going to talk about, of course, the EPA doing their crazy stuff. But kudos to the mayor down in Miami. They have banned glyphosate. They've gone completely organic in the area. They're going to do no chemical pesticides, organic herb and pesticide type herbicide, pesticide type stuff is how they're going to do it. So kudos to the mayor down there in South Florida. And of course, down there this time of year, boom, everything's getting ready to kick off. It's spring kind of down there, so as it's winter up here. So Long Beach, the whole entire community, the city council, everybody, they did a deal. They're going to give tax breaks if you got a tenth of an acre to 3 acres of land incorporated in, if it's a vacant lot in Long Beach, check it out, link in the description. But you can get a tax break if you do an urban garden. Think about it. Think about it. Set a little garden up. Could be, if you got a little tenth of an acre, a little victory garden for the vets. Speaking of vets, one's running for governor. We're going to talk about her before the day's up here too. But link in the description. This is a good program. Commercial elements. You want to set a little farmers market stand up, a community garden farmers market, and there's funding going on for this kind of stuff. So, and those links are in the description, ladies and gentlemen. You betcha. Hey, Foothill Feed and Mercantile, they got it going on with that organic feed for your critters and the non-GMO foods. They've got them. You can ask her. Ask Shannon. She'll get you squared away there. 775-852-0999 up there on Geiger Grade. Judicial Watch. Of course, they're the watchdog against the government right now. If it wasn't for Judicial Watch, ladies and gentlemen, this guy, Tom Fenton, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for this organization, if you can help them out, send them $1 or $2, whatever. But if you can help them out, they're the ones responsible for bringing all this stuff to light. Now, are you ready? And I want you to think about this. I'm going to show you how something ties in to what the Clintons are doing and this new world order garbage here. People call it conspiracy, but I don't think so. Judicial Watch has uncovered documents that show the EPA under the Obama administration are using social media to disseminate illegal propaganda. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, because we're going to get to a little more of that in just a minute about the Monsanto propaganda machine. The Monsanto propaganda machine ties right into this. When we talk about Monsanto, you have to think Hunger Games for a minute. When you see what's going on, when you see the propaganda in the thing, and then you tie that into how much money went into the Democratic Party and Hillary Clinton, etc., ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. But under the Obama era, they were shaping the narrative. These documents show how the EPA was shaping the narrative in favor of chemical and running the propaganda for Monsanto. So that is coming out. To my good buddy Thomas Baldwin. Thomas Baldwin got some stuff in there about the climate change. Got some links in there. Climate scientists have said they've had to readjust the models because of all the volcanoes. Trust me, it's 19 outside. There's no climate warming here, okay? It's freezing. I got ice on the inside of the windows. That's how cold it is this morning, ladies and gentlemen. See that? I got ice on the window there, man. The volcanoes have disrupted. Kind of means that got some big volcanoes going off if they're disrupting temperature patterns around the world. But I've always maintained our planet is developing. It will always be developing. It will always be changing. It will always be doing something. And when the planet does its thing, climate's going to change. Just, like when you piss somebody off in the room, the climate in the room changes. So does the planet. Not a big deal. Nothing to get panicky over. Who knows? Maybe the Ice Age was the planet's way of cleansing itself from all the garbage. Think about it. Sooner or later, the planet's going to spit back and, it's like when they build something over a landfill and don't put the membranes in the ground, right? The ground farts. Yeah, you get reaction. But check it out. Hey, found a good group. I was sent some very, very, very good information on a group. And if you can help these out, it's Veterans for Better Care. And you know how our president is. He puts the veterans first. This organization does too. Let's talk about the Monsanto propaganda machine and the newest Hall of Fame member. Ladies and gentlemen. Let me see here. His name is Stephen Niedenbach. Now, I found his name when I was looking for a petition information about banning glyphosate. This guy is a middle school teacher, so he is he is indoctrinating your children from somewhere in the 6th, 7th, 8th grade level. He's a middle school teacher. He's a father. In my humble opinion, not a very good one. A blogger, Facebook.com, We Love GV, and Twitter at We Love GV. He is a pro-GMO person, but he is part of the Monsanto propaganda machine. Here's why. You can look at this website, and it's kind of, kind of goofy. But here's the thing. I say everything on here The reason I say this, the method, promoting sustainable technology and exposing those who demonize it. Well, here's the problem we have with this website. When you say something about GMO, like I'm saying something about GMO, you have to be against science. I do? No, I'm not. I'm not against science. And I'm not a technophobia. I don't suffer from any kind of technological malfunctioning in my brain that makes me terrified and hide in the corner. None of that is going on. But that's their attack. When you look at how people, and the reason I'm bringing Mr. Steven, the middle school indoctrinator, up is because he's attacking Zen Honeycutt, who, of course, Zen Honeycutt just doesn't want poison in her kids' food. And I'm sorry, but this guy, to me, is not a respectable person. If he's going to, he has to be being paid, ladies and gentlemen. He has to be being paid. And he can say whatever he wants about me. Mr. Steven Niedenbach, sue me. Because you're being paid, you're part of the Monsanto propaganda machine, and you're lying. You're either lying or very stupid. You could take your pick. I don't care. I don't think you're that stupid. Well, you might be. You're teaching school. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of good stuff come out of school teachers these days. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. And for you to attack somebody and call her a loon based on an industry paid person, everything this guy did, folks, everything this guy does on this website is insane. Medium.com, it says, what about glyphosate? What about it? It's a poison. Here's the thing. He uses John Oliver. His sources are weak. But here's the thing, folks. Common sense will tell you cannot continue to spray something on life forms. If you spray something on a life form that dies, there's going to be consequences down the road. It is not healthy. It is a poison. The pure definition of poison is something that kills something or makes you violently ill. It kills. It kills. It kills. Let that sink in. It kills life form. Damages water life. It damages bird life. It damages insects. It kills. And this guy's going to promote it. He's a proud father. Like that Kevin Synapathy gal, or Kavin, Kavin Synapathy, with her rich mommy and daddy up there in Minnesota, so she can run around and be a big mouth. Science! She's a science commentator. That's why she's a science commentator. What a great title for the MPM. A science commentator. Somebody who explains science to you. They explain science to what kind of job is that? Explaining science to the layperson. Who needs science explained to them? You can open a book and read. What is glyphosate? What about glyphosate? But this guy's using John Oliver. His website is a canned website. It is strictly propaganda. And this is how I know this gentleman is on somebody's payroll and he is part of the Monsanto propaganda machine. Go to the website. You see this here, meme_Somerville. I float around all the blogs. I float around all the commentary places. She's everywhere, or meme, whatever. They're everywhere. They're part of the pro, and they go around and they give each other attaboys and they talk to each other on these things and they gang each other up. And everything they're doing, everything they do, and this is why I say it all loops right back into what was going on in the Democratic Party with all the charades and the masquerade and all that good stuff control. If they control the food supply, they control you. They control us, we the people. Something to think about, ladies and gentlemen. Something to think about. What you don't need to think about is going over and visiting MDG Blogger on Organics for Green Livings. Hey, great stuff going on over there. Great stuff going on over there. How's your carbon footprint? Check it out. She got her stuff. And you know what? I finally got her to admit. She got some anti-aging stuff going on. I got her to admit she's 179 years old, looking like a 35-year-old. Go check it out. I'm telling you right now. Good stuff. Good stuff. As a glazer, she got some great information over there. Of course, she's from the Keystone State. It gets chilly. It gets chilly in the Keystone State. Insulated windows, energy efficient windows and doors. Do you need dual glaze? Do you need triple glaze? What's the advantage? Good stuff. Good stuff. MDG Blogger. Go check her out. Go check her out. And while you're at it, move up the road to Cincinnati for a minute. And, oh, hey, I got a phone call coming in. Let me see here. Let's answer this. I guess that's how we answer this. Hello? There you are. I know you are. I'm doing a podcast right now on the phone. So you're on the air right now. Bye. She said bye. That was my good buddy, Sarah Serpa, my fellow Portuguese. Hey, Paula's Healthy Living. Check her website out. You need funding? Do you need funding? There's a link in the description for funding. You could need funding for whatever. Farming, it's agriculture oriented, so go check that out. It's in there. Speaking of farming, you need a cool gift idea from the farmer's market or something. If you're in the Reno, or I'm sorry, if you got somebody in the Lake Tahoe area. Of course, Lake Tahoe markets, they deliver in the wintertime. How do you beat that? Fresh produce in the wintertime. They deliver, but they got gift certificates. Link in the description, ladies and gentlemen. Epic Gardening, Kevin. Kevin, over at Epic Gardening. You ready for this? You're sitting down. Talking about using your poop. Not the dog, not the cat. Yours. Talking about using your poop to grow food. Check it out, man. Check it out. I mean, think about it. We use animal poop, usually from vegetarians. If you're a vegetarian, but when people talk to me about dirt, and this is serious, when people talk to me about dirt, I always tell them, avoid using animal poop that eats meat. Animals that eat meat, their poop is really, really acidic, and it's not really conducive for growing. It just kind of, think about it, man. When the dog poops on the lawn, it turns the grass brown. All that acid. Same with a cat. Cat can pee and poop and stuff, and it'll kill stuff. But they eat meat. They eat meat. Horses don't. Cows don't. If you're a vegetarian, never know, huh? You never know. You got a lot of it. We do. We got to get rid of it. We got to get rid of it. You know how that works. Hey, here's another one for you. Some solar technology. I got some really cool stuff this week. Solar technology. 10 liters of water per day, drinking water. With this new solar technology. There's a link in the description for that, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, here's how I found out about good old Steven Niedenbach. He has a petition out to ban Zen Honeycutt's petition. People, think about this for a minute. Who goes out of their way to discredit somebody trying to get a poison taken out of the food supply? Somebody who's paid. And if Mr. Niedenbaum, I wish somebody would sue me so I could bury him in discovery. I really do. Because I'm telling you right now, when you go look at medium.com /@ we love GV. I mean, this guy is so full of poppycock, it's not funny. It's nothing but propaganda. It is nothing but propaganda. What about the magazine cover in the 70s, all about global? I mean, everything about here. What about glyphosate? I recently engaged in one of the few anti-GMO accounts on Twitter that I follow. Vixen is rather polite and has a fun habit of pointing out legitimate flaws in skeptic. She mentioned wanting to watch pro-GMO documentary, blah, blah, blah. It's nothing. It's pure propaganda. It's pure propaganda. It's kind of like the National Academy of Sciences. Monsanto bought and paid for. Monsanto bought and paid for. I'll tell you who's not bought and paid for. Not that I can see. Not that I can see. This girl, very attractive lady. I'm going to find out if she's a non-GMO girl. I bet. I'm thinking she is. I'm thinking she is. It's Stacy Barth. Happily married, mother of 3, constitutional conservative, United States Air Force veteran, seasoned political activist, running for governor of California in 2018 on the Republican ticket. Of course, we all know about Governor Moonbeam and how I feel about him. Not very good, I will say. Sounds like we got some activity going on outside, but we do. However, when I saw this young lady, I ran into her on Twitter. I asked her, I don't have a big blog. I don't have about 5,000 followers or so, but could I get an interview? I got an interview, folks. I'm going to be interviewing the gubernatorial candidate for 2018, Stacy Barth, for governor over here in California. Do you have any questions you would like to ask? Of course, I got some GMO questions. Going to be asking about the marijuana situation. You know that. But I'll chat with her throughout the week. I don't have fancy equipment to record anything, so it will be through communication, written communication, and I'll maybe a phone conversation or something with her. And if we can record it, maybe we can do something like that. But what I'm going to do is I'll talk to her. Do you have some questions? And maybe next year, sometime next week, we can get an interview published and get this gal some a little bit of airtime. You know what? I pride myself because when she says constitutional conservative, when people try to debate me, I kind of when they get stupid, I merely tell them, you know what, I've forgotten more about the Constitution than you know, so let's not talk about it anymore. We'll find out. See if maybe she's on board with changing some of the swamp. Guess what we're finding out? Cannabis Corner, ladies and gentlemen. Cannabis Corner. Guess what we're finding out? Articles are everywhere. I believe there's a couple links in the description today. Articles everywhere. This is insane, ladies and gentlemen. Marijuana is helping the opiate problem. Marijuana is assisting the opiate epidemic. Could it be that's why the chemical and pharmaceutical company are so hell-bent about keeping marijuana illegal? That's why they've been fighting it for so long. Could it be? It's a natural organic product. They can't regulate it. They can't control it. My personal opinion, you know how I feel. You know how I feel about this. It should have never been made illegal. Not in the manner it was. And it definitely should not be a Schedule I narcotic like heroin. They are saying that there was a small child that OD'd. I've never heard anybody ODing on marijuana. The concentration of THC would have to be so great. I mean, and I could see it in an edible because it's very easy. I cook and I've done the brownie thing and stuff like that, so I can understand how you could possibly get so much if you're using a high quality THC product or you use an extract. If you use the shake leaves or something, I just don't see how that could happen. But if you with the advancements in marijuana growing, something you got to be careful of, folks. You can't drive. You don't want to be driving. Come on, it's medication. If you're smoking it or eating it or doing something in a medical aspect, most medications that numb or kill or do something like that kind of, let's be real. You guys know it. You guys and gals, we all know it. We call it pie-eyed. Oh, look, I'm going to go smoke another beer. Look at them pie-eyed over there. Yeah. We all know. So you do get a little, so you got to be careful. You got to be responsible. And the reason I'm bringing this up, the reason I'm saying be responsible, everything is like this right now with this issue. And you don't want to give fuel for the other side of the fence to go, see, I told you so, gotcha, because that's what they're going to do. You know they're going to do it. Don't give them the opportunity. Be responsible. Keep it away from your children. If your child asks about it, don't lie to them. This is the problem we have with our society, because instead of telling the truth that, no, that means you have to go to the boys' room, that means you go to the girls' room, instead of letting them believe that everybody's one and it's all okay because, you know what I'm saying? Be honest with your kid. Tell them the truth when they ask questions. That is how you educate them. That is how you're a responsible parent. It's not that difficult, man. It really isn't. Well, unless you got to tell them about, the Yahoo and the Yoo-hoo and where the baby comes from, and they're not ready for that, then I can see it. But other than that, but you know what? I mean, I don't know. That's how I was raised, ladies and gentlemen. If I asked my dad a question, he gave me a straight answer. If I asked my ma a question, she told me like it was. And I'll never forget. My mom and dad got so much flack when I came home one day and said, Jefferson up the street says I was found in a cabbage patch. He goes, my dad looked at me, he goes, say what? My mom goes, huh? I go, did you guys get me in a cabbage patch? He goes, what? My dad, I'll never forget. He goes, what the hell are you talking about, son? I said, Jefferson says that's where babies come from. My dad started laughing, picked me up, gave me a big hug. Mom set me on her lap. She goes, no, you came from here. I go, huh? That just was like, wow, that was over the head too. But they didn't lie to me. That's the point I'm trying to make, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't lie to me. Don't lie to the kid. If they ask a question, tell them what it's about. Educate them so they grow up and they understand that it's not cool to drive smoking marijuana. It's not cool to drive drinking. It's not cool to do anything like that. It's not cool to abuse somebody verbally, physically, mentally, anything like that. Just answer their questions. It's not that hard to do. It might seem tough. It might make you uncomfortable. But in the end, or as all the politicians say, at the end of the day, they're going to be wiser and you're going to feel better because you didn't BS them. You didn't BS them. And that, my friends, is what I think is going on in Washington, D.C. They're all pissed off at a guy that's not BSing them. He's telling them like it is, huh? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here today. I got some stuff. Check it out. Speaking of Cannabis Corner, you guys I've been telling you for a while now. I'm getting ready to go help somebody do some stuff. We're going to start setting up today. We're going to start cleaning up. We're going to start looking at some stuff. But back to the marijuana for just a minute. It is helping the opiate addiction problem. It's an organic compound, ladies and gentlemen. We grow it in the dirt. I do the organic, sustainable agriculture method. Other people, hydroponics. Oh, Kevin is a hydroponic guy. So hydroponic stuff is, you got some hydroponic stuff. That's a big thing going on right now. another way to grow soilless and stuff. Big stuff in agriculture going on. So, but marijuana, it's something to think about because it is not a chemical. And my experience, anybody that is going to rehab for marijuana smoking, they're playing a game with themselves. They're not playing a game with you. They're playing a game with themselves. They have to trick themselves into believing something. Because I have never had a withdrawal symptom. I have never, and I've been around the block, so I know what withdrawal symptoms are. Okay? Marijuana doesn't do that. It's not addictive per se. It might be psychologically addictive, but it really isn't. Not a physical where your body hurts and aches and The only pains I have when I don't smoke are the pains that are there when I go away when I do smoke from my bad back. I got a bad back, folks, and that is I just don't. I take a puff and I'm okay. Go on about my business. I can do some more work. I'm not so messed up that I'm having to, I can't drive the forklift at work. I can't do this. But when you do the opiates, it's all the side effects. It's all the side effects. You're not, where you don't get a bunch of side effects that are adverse. Like, just listen to a pharmaceutical commercial, and you'll understand what I'm saying about side effects. Because they're going to give you a litany of them about the pill that makes you happy enough to go outside and go meet a girl at the dance while you're pooping, peeing, your nose is running, you have dry mouth, and your ears are ringing with your eyeballs rolling in your head. But you have the courage to go talk to the girl across the room. Side effects. They don't happen. And that is an advantage of medical marijuana versus any other type of pharmaceutical or chemical type of painkiller. Non-addictive. So, and I know what the mindset is in Washington. What I'm saying to you right now is don't give that side the opportunity to make the argument in a negative connotation. Be responsible, ladies and gentlemen. Be responsible and let somebody else drive. Trust me. Look, I'm 60. I quit drinking just before I turned 21 because I had a bad problem. I woke up in jail. I had a .43 BA. Judge looked at me, said, "Do we have?" He put his little bifocals on the very tip of his nose. "Do we have a drinking problem?" That's what he said to me. I quit. I ended up becoming a designated driver. It's kind of groovy to get invited everywhere. I get invited all over around the holidays. I go eat good. I go see pretty girls, go have a good time. Why? Because I drive people who want to drink. It's a thing. Be a designated driver. Hey, it makes people feel good. Happy Christmas. We got Christmas coming up. We do got Christmas coming up. Let me see if I can get the rest of Lucille Ball up here, and we'll listen to the rest of that song. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can help out, please do. If you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the station. It's all good. It's all good. And
Need a little Christmas right this very minute. It hasn't snowed a single flurry, but Santa dear, we're in a hurry.
so climb down the chimney,
turn on
of the brightest string of lights I've ever seen. Slice up the fruit cake. You got a fruit cake? Hang some tinsel on the evergreen. That's what we're going to do now. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. I can't sing. I know it. I know I can't sing, and I don't mean to hurt, but this is a cool song. If you can help out, donation link in the description. Give us a little help. We can use it. tune in Thursday for Preservation Thursday. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a mess that industry is becoming. We're going to get into it, and we're going to talk about a little more. We're going to let Lucy and the gang take us out of here.
Live each living day, fill up the stocking.
But Auntie Mame, it's 1 week till Thanksgiving Day now.
Need a little Christmas right this very minute. Carols in the windows, carols by the spinet, and we need a little Christmas right this very minute. It hasn't snowed a single flurry, but Santa dear, we're in a hurry. So climb down the chimney. Getting out of here, folks. Let's have a great day. Let's all be safe out there, huh?